By training your eye, looking at good design can also help you as a creative. Tunji from Caesar Graphics, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my weekly design training where I share free design tips with designers. I have this design I received during the week from a designer. I'm going to share what is working and what is not working in the design. And I'm also going to show you guys my version of the artwork. I'm going to use this to teach you guys how to achieve successful design projects. Without any further ado, let's start. I love this composition, and I'll tell you guys why this is looking a bit successful to me. One of the most important things when putting together your elements in your design is to make the content visible. Make it so visible enough for the viewers to read and digest what is inside the project. There's always a reason why we are asked to work on every design project, and that reason should reflect in our composition. So this project here is easy to read, and the reason is because the designer did a beautiful job here by using a background color, or by making his or her background so beautiful that the value of the colors placed on that background added to the visibility of the content in the project. And another beautiful thing I love so much about the project here is the part of the grouping the elements, which is the part of proximity in the project. I like the fact that we can see that the elements are in their separate group. You know, this here look like a group, and this here, all right, also another group. Then we get to this, which is another group. This again, another group, and like that. And how I was able to know that these elements here or the content here are in their separate group is because of the way the designer gave room for all this white space we have between them. You'll notice that the elements that are seen as one group, the space between them is not as much as the space between the elements that are in the other group. And this made proximity balance. Another beautiful thing I love so much that the designer did here is the making us have, or allowing space for this small information here to be visible. The reason why we can easily see this fast is because of this huge space that we have here, which is also part of how you achieve contrast with space in your project. Now, the space between the group is not really much. All right, it is not really much. They are still too close to each other. The way we have the way the designer arranged them here. But my point here is it's still a bit better because the space between the elements in each of the group is smaller to the space, is different from the space that we have between the different groups. And this made the proximity here a bit balanced. All right. Now, the part that I think the designer did not really do well here is the playing with the illustration. Now, whatever is not serving any purpose in your project, trust me, is destroying the project. Don't say because, okay, you want to not make the project look too empty, then the next thing you now do is to now add images, not doing anything in the project. I know the project is about a party, and I'm sure that's the reason why you use all these musical instruments here. But because you blur them out here, you are trying to make the viewers know, hey, all these illustrations here are not supposed to be there. Now, I know some of you may be asking, so are we not supposed to use zoom effect in our project? Yes, you are supposed to use zoom effect in your design, but you only use the zoom effect or effects like this when this here calls for it. When this here calls for it. But if this title, because most time, this information that we have here the title or the rider. Now, that is very important. There are times where your title may not really make you find the right illustration for the project, that the subtitle is what will inspire the illustration you are to use in the project. So if this here is not asking for this, please don't do it. I know they are musical instruments, but because we have this zoom effect on them, it changed, the message here changed totally. The part of decorating the design is good to decorate your design, but the decorating of the design should add to the message and not take away from the message. The part of the decorating of the design is where the entertainment comes in. Now, so this designer has done a good job where the arranging of the element is concerned, which is also part of the important part of putting together your element to achieve a good, successful design project, making it easy for people to read the information in the project. Now, the part of now doing what will really make this look like, yes, this is what this project is about, is missing here. The title of this project says Shouts for Joy. I mean, shouts of victory. I can only see the shout on the title because when you use bold characters in your project or on your title, you're actually illustrating shout. There's a way you can connect shout and victory together to really make this balance with this, because see, this here, all right, this here need to work together with this. In fact, this, okay, is what will is what you're supposed to use to get the right style and illustration for this project. This here. So the question you need to ask yourself when working on a project like this is, okay, what are those things that make that when people see, when they go for parties, they know that, yeah, this is actually a party. Design is to draw people to have that feeling of what any event is going to look like. That's why you see most clients prefer to give their job to professional designers, because they know that if the design is not really giving that message, there's no way people will want to come for the event. So we need to see that victory and party in this project. And that is what is missing here. So I'm going to recreate this and I'll show you guys my version. All right, so it's time to show you guys my process on how I achieve design project. So I always like to start with my background. So I decided to use this image because of the theme of the project. All right, so the idea is to give the project this African style. All right, so I decided to use this African pattern here to really connect this to the theme of the project. And I decided to use this colorful pattern at the bottom here to really make the project pop. All right, because color, the use of color is also part of how we depict form in our project. So I decided to use this pattern with these warm colors here to really give life to the project, and that will take us to the illustration used in the project. So this illustration is still the same illustration that the designer used in his or her version. All right, if you look at this side of the project, that is the original project, you notice we have this image here. So this image here is the same image that we have here. All right, so then we'll now go straight to the title. I've shared this with you guys several times that your illustration should serve as the tool you're supposed to use to arrange the element in your project. So if you look at the title here, you notice that it's placed on the tambourine, and there's this echo effect that we have on the title. There's this color echo effect that we have on the title. So the idea behind the echo color effect is, number one, I'm trying to create an impression that this tambourine here is making sound, and also to depict this shout effect. You know, when we're talking about shout, it has something to do with sound. So I decided to achieve that sound effect here with the use of this echo sound, with the use of this echo color effect that we have on the title, which I'm going to show you guys how I achieve this by the time we're done with the, by the time I'm done with the showing you guys my process. All right, so I'll go straight to the date here. So I decided to place the dates this way because I really want people's focus to see, I really want people to find it easy to see the information that I have on this side of the project. We get calls a lot from folks who are looking forward to learn design but can't afford to pay for design school. Because of this, we decided to start a foundation where we can be a blessing to these people. Now, we need gadgets and tools in order for us to meet our goals. And this is where we need you to support us with your donation. If you have any amount you think you can support us with, kindly make use of the account details on the screen if you are in Nigeria. And if you are outside Nigeria, you can use the seller link below the account details. Every amount that comes from you will be highly appreciated. Thank you. All right. The idea behind this space that we have here is to help give that rest to my viewers when navigating through the information that we have in the project. All right. Then that will now take us to the next element here, which is the anniversary design here. So the idea behind, you know, making this anniversary design look simple and more interesting is to also depict that joy that the projects need. So the proximity of this anniversary design to the title here is to, one, make the viewers know that they belong together, and also to make people know that this is also important in the project. Now, every information in the project is important, but the way you now play with their sizes and the color you use on them is what will make the viewers know how important and how fast you want people to see them. All right, so yeah, then that will now take us to the website. So I decided to place the website here because I really want people to see it. All right, and you know, placing it close to this information that we have here is going to make this place look too busy. So I decided to place it here in order to also help making the viewers see the website. And we'll now get to the logo here. All right. So the hierarchy in this project here is this, because I know so many of us still don't understand the part of hierarchy in our project. So the hierarchy simply means the order of controlling the eye of your viewers or the viewers. The first level of hierarchy in this project here is this side here. All right, is this part of the proximity in the project, because here we have this image, which is always the first thing that the people see in your project. And then we now have this title looking bold on it. All right. And we now have the anniversary information that we have here. All right. And then the next level of hierarchy in this project will now be the time. All right. This is going to be the second level of hierarchy. Now, because this time is close to this information here. All right. The proximity of this time close to this information here will make the eye of the viewers go straight to this after looking at the time, and they will now have the logo. All right, so I hope that makes sense. And if you love my breakdown on my process, I will appreciate if you can give this video a like, and if you have not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button right away. All right, so it's time to show you guys how I achieve the title in the project. But before I get to the showing you guys, I want to quickly share what actually inspired this character that I use in the project. So because I know that I'm going to be placing the title on the tambourine, I decided to use a hand marker character, all right, so as to make it look like the title is actually drawn on the tambourine. I'm going to drop the link where you can get this character free from the internet. Then the other image I'm going to use here is this. So I decided to use this because of the theme of the project, which is giving it that African vibe. So I'm going to convert this to a smart object because I don't want to lose the quality of the image as I play with the scale. All right. Then I'm going to draw a rectangle marquee here like that. So I'm going to click on the layer mask icon to crop the image out, and I'm going to activate the free transform. Right click and say rotate 180 degree, and I'll position this here, and I'll move this up. Then I'll make a copy of this by hitting Ctrl J, and this should come down here. Activate the free transform again, right click and say rotate 180 degree, and this should come here. This is beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do now is to stamp visible the project. All right. So I'm going to hold down Ctrl Shift Alt and E. Then I'll go to filter. I'm going to select lens correction. So I'm going to select the custom menu here, the custom button here, and I'm going to go straight to fixed red / cyan fringe here. I'm going to change this to -100. And I'll go straight to fix blue / yellow fringe here I'm going to change this to 100. Then I'm going to select the OK button. Then I'm going to repeat this move again by going to filter menu and say lens correction. So because I know the shortcut to repeat this move, I'm going to use the shortcut to reapply this filter to the same layer. So I'm going to hold down Ctrl Alt and F to repeat the move till I'm okay with the results. So I think I prefer this. So then I'm going to drag this and drop on my project here and change my blend mode here to darken. All right. So I want to take out the white fill behind the title there, and I'm going to position this here, convert to a smart object. All right. And I'm going to activate the free transform, scale this down, and right click and say distort, and move this down. And let's move this up like that, and move this down here, and move this here like that. So we can now move this down. So this is how I achieve the title. So right click and say scale and make this bigger, and boom, that's it. I'm glad you made it to the end of this tutorial. If you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell so you get notified when I post my tutorials. Now, if you have anyone who wants to learn the principles of design and want to know how to achieve successful design projects, kindly share this video with them and let them also learn how to achieve good design. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.